Interesting one for reference. They're really cheap. We need 20. Well, Alan was just mentioning that these two tubes are out.
4, we got 4.
But these are really efficient.
They don't have that with using this shape.
Yeah, I've got one at home. They're brilliant, and they're pretty inexpensive because they're just a lead strip and some plastic. And you can. And my dad ordered like a big box of them off eBay. He gave me one. He said, "Oh, I'll put that in your shed." So that might be worth us just buying it. So. In solidarity with Zen, seeing they paid a power bill.
Yeah,
we can say, "Hey, we're trying to help you out."
Was it 12 tubes? Was it?
No, more 17. Yeah. So there's 12 here plus 1, 2, oh no, 16. No, 17.
There's not.
A double in that one, double in the 2 there. So, yeah, 16. But yeah, they're not. I don't think they're expensive. So we can probably just do that.
So James, tell us about the lighting plan.
So we're gonna get Alvin to bring his camera rig with his new big flash every night, and just put that in the corner and use that to light the whole.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It'll only like work for like 1 second, and the rest of it will be in darkness. But for that 1 second, it'll be really cool.
Yeah. It's only a couple of lengths. Because we were going to get a couple from him for the vending machine and stuff. So that Coke machine downstairs. We had 2. So 2 for the road tube. Because they were just on all the time.
Cool stuff.
What you been up to anyway?
Not much. I'm sad to see what's happening.
Yeah.
It's been like a few months, I think.
Yeah, I've been away for a couple of weeks. I think.
Well, live streaming, making armor. Summer's coming up, so I'm making a new vent for my aircon.
Yeah, Alan's probably done the most making. I'm trying to.
All right. Well, if you guys were here the other week, welcome to another stream, by the way. So if you guys were here last week, we did laser cut a new vent. So we have like a perfect circle cut into some plywood that we bought. So now all we got to do is paint it, and I'm thinking just paint it white for thermodynamic reasons. Oh, is the stream screwing up? I hope not. Yeah, thermodynamic reasons. So I just got to figure out where the sandpaper is. I also have to restock on a lot of stuff. So bear with me as I find where the sandpaper is. The sanding blocks. Oh wait, did I put it all together? Oh wait, cool, there are sanding pads. Awesome. Okay, so I knew I had these. Okay, so we spray painted it. Probably going to spray paint it again just afterwards. It's like specks on this thing. I don't know why there are specks. I don't know why I'm spending so much effort on what is essentially just a cover. But, you do a job, you want to do it right. That finish wasn't exactly so great, so we had to sand it back a bit and probably just put on some more after we dust it. Let me get a better camera angle here. Nice. Okay. So after a bit of a sand, just a light dusting, probably just spray paint it again. And I do want to do the other side, so maybe I should just preemptively sand it. Wax on, no wax off. According to our measurements, this should fit in our window. Okay, alright, let's give it another coat and then we'll move on to the other side. I don't have a lot left, so I might have to go easy on the paint. But generally 2 coats is enough, I think, personally. It's not such a big deal. But, alright, get to the spray paint. Hopefully I don't get it on any of the stuff we have here. Okay. Might want to open the window as well, because it's starting to get a little high. Remember kids, always spray paint in a well-ventilated area. So I'm told that this is a primer and paint, so you don't have to do the extra layer work on painting the extra layer of primer before painting it. Just paint it straight on, which is why the first coat looks really crap, because when you're painting wood, the first coat, like the wood will act like a sponge in like absorbing the paint. So after the first coat, the wood is then sealed, and they're allowing you to pull it on like a nicer coat of paint on it. So, but we don't need it perfect. It's just going to be a cover. But I did want to paint it because, yeah, that should do for today. It's a bit light over here. But I did want to put on a coat of paint because I don't want the bare wood to be exposed to the elements, which basically like shortens the lifespan of the plank. So we do need to spray some protection on there for it to last a decent while. Obviously, it's like really easy to make these things because we just cut a circle into like a plank of wood, so it should be fine. But you know, don't want to make it too often. I want it to last. So that's that. So we're just gonna let that dry. Obviously, we have a backup in case it all fails. So there it is. We'll just let that dry. But let's move on to different projects. Okay. All right. Okay. So I don't know what to work on today. I am running out of rings back home, so I guess now's a good time to stock up. think I had some spare reels of rings here ready to go, so you can just easily make some. 5 mils, we got like the 5 mil wood block. Didn't buy any masking tape, but that's okay, we still have some. Alright, let's get through 2 reels of that so we can take it home. Alright, so you guys have been here before. I've done a whole tutorial on how I make chainmail links. It's really easy. Just need a bit of help from making the molds to hold everything together, but it's super easy to make. So all you really need is a good hacksaw to do this. It's a bit lopsided. It's a bit straighter. Okay. Maybe this needs a bit of height. Okay, I think that's good enough height. Okay, so I love this lens. It means I could like zoom in on the important stuff now. Okay. So we're going to be cutting out some more. I'm running out of rings because I've been slowly working in it at home. So I need some more links to do the chainmail. Chainmail streams will be coming back, so don't worry. I just had to take a bit of time retooling. I wanted to get the camera up and running, just like a lot of selective buying online, and then experimenting with how I could get streams back up and running. Okay, just want to get that off. Okay, the reason why we wrap it in masking tape is when you use a hacksaw, it doesn't cut through all the rings at the same time. So you need something holding them together as you make the cut. Otherwise they like jiggle around inside the mold and then you just don't get a good result. I forgot my pliers. Okay, we're ready. Sweet. Okay. Just need to cut it here. Okay. And then using this vise, you just grip it in a very specific way so that you have clearance for the blade going through. Usually I just like to line it up with the edge of that vise. And then you just hacksaw. So this is the mold. It's got like a bit of wood at the end just holding the coil in. So when you grip with the vise, you have a little bit of coil sticking out. So when it squeezes together, it's very secure in place. And then you just cut. felt like a clean cut because you feel the blade jump down. Nice. So you get like a nice ring. And you just pull the coil out of the mold like that. And just peel them off and take them home. Basically, that's the end of that. And you just keep doing that until you go through your entire coil. Turning them is also pretty easy too. Like the jig for it is very simple to make. Once you have all these tools in place, it's very easy to make chainmail on the cheap. The more you can do yourself, the cheaper it will be. So I do this from like raw bits of wire. So right now we're making a set of rings for brass, so it's purely cosmetic. For functional ones, I would most likely go with like steel, because it is stronger, less prone to breaking. So after a coil is cut, you can see how well the tape holds it together, and just peel them off. Did that work? Yeah, because like when I saw early stages of it, it didn't look like it was like the way he bent it and fabricated it. It didn't look that great. It had a lot of leaks.
Yeah.
I don't know the finished product though.
Yeah. From what I recall, he successfully baked potatoes.
Oh, okay. Okay. And he never returned. Ow, your teeth. Are you married? Nope. I am not. What's wrong with your teeth? Okay. I think I cut this coil a little short because it's moving backwards and forwards. So I hope this coil doesn't... like... oh god. Might have to force this one. Okay. I think we're through. Are we through? Yeah, I think we're through. I think it turned out okay. Oh. All right. Sometimes they're hard to get out, but generally, because they're not really fixed in there with anything, it's generally pretty easy. Okay, so we have, I think it cut nicely. Some of the rings turned out really crap, but we can like fix them up in post. It's annoying, but you can't win them all. So like, I'll show you an example of a really crap cut. Because like, this is what happens when you don't size up the coil length. It moves inside the molds and you don't get clean cuts in them. So here's an example of where it didn't really quite go through. Like there's a little bit of excess. It's a little bit of excess on the end. It's not a clean cut. But we can snip those off in post. Yeah, so we'll get that. But I'm not married, but I'm making a bunch of rings for armor, so I'll never be hurt again. Is that why you asked? Because like I'm making a bunch of rings. He's making rings. He must be married, right? To be fair, like if you're married, you don't need rings anymore. You already have one. Okay, so I think that's a better sized coil. So we're just putting like coils in blocks and sawing them. I am not married. Jesus. I am not married. I answered this. Why do you ask? Ah, okay. This coil is still too short. Yeah, I think we've ruined that section of coil. We did spit out a bunch of rings towards the end there. Let's see how crap this turned out. We started well, but now I don't know what happened. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you don't size up the coil too well. It just doesn't cut all the way through. Some of these did cut well though, so outside. It came from outside. So yeah, it didn't really cut too well. That's why you need to size the coil properly. I think it's because like the end wasn't really compacted enough. It's because I bent them too far out of the way. So let's try again. I think that is well sized. Okay. I think that's alright. Holy shit, you make armor? Because I was making... Yeah, of course. So right now I'm making like rings for chainmail. So I'm making like a lot of... Like chainmail, you need a lot of these rings. We made quite a bit already. But we're making some more. Because I'm running out at home. I have a stash at home, but because I did some work over the week, like I'm running out, so I need to stock back up. Sweet. It's been a while since we cut these rings, but we're getting back into the groove, quite literally. So this is basically making chainmail. You need the chain to make the mail, and before you even get the chain, you need the links. So we're cutting through coils of. So we wound all this together. Basically, this is what we just wrapped masking tape over this, and we're cutting through it slowly. I haven't really found a better way to cut this faster, but this works with basic tools. So you can see now we have like a coil of rings that we could just peel off. And just peel off and put in the can. We need a lot of these, so usually you need to buy a lot of wire. I think I'm processing like I bought like an extra stash of wire because I'm going through these very quickly. Okay, so basically all that is required now is just time. Just time to process these and cut them. It's good fun. It's like knitting, except you're knitting metal together. So I totally get the appeal of that as well. Nice. That cut pretty well. Just inspecting these rings. Yeah, that's all right. All right, just trying to get these out now. Get out. Sometimes it gets stuck, but you generally pull it out with ease. So once again, that money shot right there. All the rings you could do, just a centimeter at a time. Make all the rings for your chainmail. This method jewelers use as well. So when you don't have to make armor out of this. I just choose to, but you can make your own like bracelets out of these if you wanted. They're not too hard to make. Given you're Woody watching this, we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Do you want to see the good stuff? Wonder if I have it on hand. The good stuff. Okay, so this is still a work in progress, but basically we've inherited some damaged armor. We've inherited some like damaged armor, and we're going to like slowly repair it. So this is a kabuto. It is a helmet, like a Japanese helmet. As you can see, it's all bent out of shape. It's not how it's supposed to look, but we're going to slowly restore it. And you see, it took like a blow to the head, so this line here is caused by katana, straight on the head. They also took a blow to the back of the head as well. So there's a line here. Sorry, Dusty. Thank you. Ah. And like he took a blow to the side of the head as well, so that's why this is all mushed in. Usually the lobster armor would come neatly on the side like this, but this is like smushed in. So, well, I'm planning to either like bend it back and hammer it back and repaint it, or maybe I'll replace it with heavier stuff. So yeah, the good stuff. But before we even work on the helmet, I'm currently trying to get the dough, the body armor back into shape. So so that it was originally white, but I scraped all of the paint off and then panel beat as much as I could the metal back into shape, and then filled the gaps with putty. So basically filled in the holes. This is pretty much ready for painting, so I'm going to remove the nipples, which is the brass fixings, paint it, and then put them back. It's like give a new paint job. So still a work in progress, but we're getting there. So we're working on this first. So we cut off all the fixings, beat it back out, polished it, and ready to paint. So we're working on the dough first. So that's coming. We still have the rest of the suit to do, but the intention is to repair this so I can start wearing it like a costume. And it's one step above your regular costume because it's actually metal, and you can even use it to train with as a light armor. And so once that's done, I'm going to move on and complete the heavy armor that I'm trying to make as well. So yeah, like this is what that stream is all about. We're all about like how to make your own Japanese armor. I can show you like I chose Japanese because like it's what I'm into. I can show you like start to finish how to get started. It does take a while though, so you got to be in it for the long run, but you can make it out of lighter materials these days. Some people can make it. You can make it out of leather if you want, so you don't need like specialist tools to cut the metal. You just be working with leather, so all you need is a Stanley knife. And like you can boil the leather so that even though it's light, it will still offer you a great deal of protection. But it's leather, it's not steel. Yeah. So the good stuff. How's that Woody coming, dude? Is that at full chub now? Of course, who don't want to see the cool stuff? Can you fill it with gold? Fill what with gold? The helmet? Gold doesn't work great as a metal. It's very soft and it's very heavy, so it's not really too good a metal. And it's super expensive, so probably not worth doing, honestly. But you can get brass, which is what I'm doing. In fact, that was like the whole reason why I bought brass. Brass looks like gold, but it isn't actually gold. But still, brass is goddamn expensive. It's as if you're buying gold, like brass. Which is like, eventually, if they get good at anodizing, I might eventually just do aluminium and then aluminium anodized that looks like gold. So it's actually aluminium. Alright, cool. But brass doesn't lose its color if you scratch it, whereas like anodized aluminium would. So there's always a trade-off, but just got to do what's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a Stormtroop helm. Yeah, like it's white. It's a Kabuto, so it's a Japanese helmet. It's a Japanese helmet. I don't know if I showed you that correctly, but I tried to center it as much as I could, so I hope that's okay. Looks like there could be technology sensors on the armor. Nah, never. No, they're too early. And besides, Samurai don't miss as much as the Troop Helm does, or as Stormtrooper does. So. Okay. See, I fucked up cutting this coil. So you can see like there's like a nice straight bit and then like screwed up bits. That's my fault. This is where I screwed up. I basically made it turn on itself, so it created like a really crappy coil. I'm just trying to deal with it now. It's like a waste of wire, but we're interested in the volume of it, so just cut it off and move on, really, because there's just so much more wire to process. Okay, I think that is good. It's still a bit too long for the mold, so I'm going to cut it off just to get the right size. I think that should work. Just going to center your view a bit more. I think that works a little better. Yeah, I'll just center it there. Okay, that's a good coil. It got cut through without too much issue. Show us the katanas, the good stuff. Now there's the difference between play and protection. I guess so. Always be protected. Always have protection. I don't have any of my katanas here. I have my training weapons, but not my katanas. Because I don't use them that often. I usually just the only katanas that I use are like for training, and they're like blunt, so they're not nearly as impressive to use. But this is the coil. That's the money shot. All those rings. So we're almost done with this coil. We have another one to go, so we're just going to take it easy. Just salvage what we can out of here. It's really, really crap. Okay. I think that's all right. Just gonna wrap it up for the protection, just to keep it together. Roll, roll, roll the dope, twist it at the end. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just reading the comments. So did he die? No, it was like a dummy. So the story is that the story is like someone ordered a white set of armor, but then they reneged. So they had a spare bit of armor lying around that they couldn't sell. So the shop decided to make a YouTube video to say, you know, how much damage can this take? The answer is quite a bit of damage. None of it really broke, but it's not armor I would want to wear if possible. So that's why, like, that's a $2,000 piece, which I've inherited for free as long as I can repair it. So here we are repairing it. So the idea is that we want to make the reason behind of making so many rings is because we're going to replace the chainmail that goes on the arms, and we're going to replace it with something a little flashier. So the chainmail is like kind of shit, doesn't hold together, like bends super easily. So we're going to make our own chainmail to replace it. And then we might add on a couple of things like extra plates. See, like I had an idea because like Japanese chainmail is like hex, so it's like it's got a hex pattern, otherwise known as 6-in-1. So I really like that look because it's no other armor really does like hexagonal plates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like use those hexagonal plates like pixels, and then like make a silver dragon or something with like steel plates. I think it'll turn out really cool, but we'll see. I don't know, I might need to do it very light, so I might make it out of aluminium. It's after all, this is only going to be a costume, not intended for full contact, so whatever gets it done, I suppose. The pauldrons, a rooster, maybe. We have yet to decide. What happened? Sounded like poles falling down. What fell down? You okay, James? Was it you? I heard like metal falling down. Was it you? Okay. Okay, it wasn't me. Was it outside? Are your cars okay? Yeah. That was a sound, guys. It was like metal falling down. I don't know what it was. Full contact Teflon. Ugh. I don't know about that. Full contact Teflon. Don't know about that. Okay, we're done with one of these. Oh, there's only 2 minutes airtime left, so this is where I do the plug. Hey guys, welcome to my stream. Really appreciate it if you could upvote, follow. Don't worry though, we will be resetting the stream, so there will be a part 2. Join us then, but consider upvoting and following using the button right here, and we'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna restart the stream now. Okay. And we got like a minute left, 2 minutes. I should put on some jazz, I don't know. Did we find out what that noise was? Huh. Is that normal? Did we rupture a septic tank?
It's not that kind of bad smell. Yeah, more like something like sleeping or something.
Oh, is it a burnt rubber kind of smell?
Not so much. It's just chemical.
Ah,
Not very nice.
okay. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. We're back. We're still processing quite a bit of brass, but hey, I'm just glad you're here. Do, 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 do. All right. Okay. I should put some music on. Huh. What happened here? Huh, okay. That was weird. Is that not working? Okay. Something's wrong with the stream. I wonder what it is.
Nice, that's monster factory. Check one. Actually, it's on.
Oh wow.
Hmm. Something's wrong with the camera. Hmm. Hopefully it'll reconnect soon. Okay. Seems good. Okay. I think the camera is back. Awesome. Okay. All right. Chemical accident? Chemical accident? Is that what it is?
No.
Oh.
It's just the wind is blowing this way.
Yeah.
So the usual factories that blow the other way. Strange well. Yes.
Awesome. What are we smelling here? Profit. What are we smelling here? Someone else's profit. Baltimore what?
That or CSR.
Huh. Let's hope it's not hazardous. Sweet. Who keeps doing?
That was James.
Yeah, me that time.
Oh, dumpster? Okay. Yeah. So basically, like, this is we're in an industrial zone. There's heaps of factories around us. And currently tonight the wind is blowing very strongly in our direction today. Another one bites dust. Nice. Just keep plugging away. We have the capability to make our own chain. Do you know about, have you seen me use the jig, like the coil?
No.
Okay.
So,
So there's raw wire there,
yeah.
and then that plank with like, you know, a spool attached to it is what I put the wire on. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then I use that to coil the wire into smaller coil. So then I make rings from this coil, and then it turns here.
Very good.
And then you can use those using pliers to create your own necklaces and stuff. But I'm using it for chainmail. Yeah. The more you do yourself, the cheaper it is. I think for those for each spool over there,
Yeah.
I think it's like $20 for like one spool
Brass?
of brass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually very expensive, but I get it shipped from somewhere in Wollongong, and they just send it out to me in the post.
Nice.
Yeah. Figured out the economics of it. So yeah, like next open day when COVID is over, we can do like make like we have a bunch of pliers. We could just get people making their own chainmail.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can rig up 10 by 10 or something, yeah, you get a free sausage.
Or something. And then like when they're done with it, they could put it in like in a can, and I can use them to weave together.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it could be a cunning way.
Yeah.
Employing slave labor to do chain.
Yeah, they don't know they're.
I don't know. I reckon if you showed them something you made and say, hey, your work is going to be part of this next thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, they could also take it home. I don't care.
Yeah,
You guys are very quiet today. Nice. That's an easier way to get it out. I should just bang it out next time. Almost done with this coil. I think the next step to increasing production on this was maybe to load up a clip of these instead of like one coil at a time, maybe. But it's as fast as it will go. Okay, maybe it's just my phone. This might not be a good cut. Okay. Lost a few rings spat out of the mold. Lost. Oh, there they are. Sometimes the rings get on the ends get cut first, and then they just fall out of the mold. That's why I'm spending some time picking the individual rings off the floor. Boom. It's still got a good coil out of it. Nice. Did you fabricate the phone holder? How do you like it? What would you improve? I did not fabricate it, actually. I just bought it online. But I do have some ideas on how I would improve it. I would like a different strapping system. I feel like this on the wrist is just too restricting. I want to move it up the arm a bit. So maybe a different strap type system, maybe like 2 instead of 1. It also slips down as well, and it feels like to get it to stay on the arm, which is eventually like thick at the top and thin near the wrist. It doesn't grip that well, so maybe a 2 belt system would work better, where you loop it over the knob that is your forearm, would work better. It feels like the only way to keep it up there would be to like tighten up on the strap, and that feels like I'm cutting off my own circulation. So I would say like the belt system, but generally it works pretty well. It doesn't, the thing is, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, everything else works fine. It's also kind of thick as well, so maybe like if I could get like a thinner Lazy Susan in the middle of it, like a thinner turning ring, that'd be ideal. It's kind of thick, so, but it generally works fine. But I didn't fabricate it, no, I just bought it. Generally, like if it's already available to mass market, it should be cheaper than it is to make. So, but there are some things on the market you can't make, like armor, for instance. So you just gotta make it yourself. Just gotta clean up the edges here. This is kind of weird because it's on the end. I don't think we'll get a clean cut out of this, but we'll still try. Ah! Get out. Alright. Okay, cool. I think that's the last of the chainmail that I need to do today. It's pretty good. We've got some good size of it going. You could just throw away the rest. Always clean up, like straight after doing the job, so you don't have to pile it all up at the end. But didn't really have to do a lot here. Just gonna let that go. Nice. Maybe we'll leave sewing till another day. Maybe get back to polishing some armor. Yep, definitely want to get that. I'm just gonna clear up the workbench a bit. Never any good sandpaper when you need it. That feels good. P80, that's good. Okay. Alright, time to do a cleanup job. Can you even see from over there? Let's raise it up a bit. Maybe not from there. Alright, cool. Okay, so I'm trying to clean all of this up so we can get it ready for painting and stuff. Just gotta prepare the sandpaper. Oh, the camera, no. Okay, I think we're in a good place. Do we even need this? It just feels bulky. Maybe it's easier to scrape off. Yeah, it is. It's easier to scrape off. Yo. Ugh, it's rusted. Not too badly though, but enough to be a concern. Probably need some steel wool in there. I'll get some steel wool. I'm pretty sure I had some steel wool around here. There's a lot of work to be done here. Just a lot of work. Like all this glue, like a long time ago, I really wanted to, buy a set of armor from these guys, but after like looking into, behind the scenes of how they put this thing together, I'm very disappointed. I'm glad I didn't buy from them and decided to get my own. Like, generally it's all pretty poor quality. Like, the glue is just really cheap, comes off. It's not really well done. The paint's really cheap as well. And generally just scrape it off. A lot of this has to be redone. I'm not happy with... They got the shape right at least, but I don't think any of this is accurate because there's not meant to be this many strips of the armor as well. At least from what I read. Okay, let's try dusting that off, see how much work I need to do. Yeah, I think I've done the majority of the middle bit. I don't think it needs any more. Might. Looks, actually, there is a little bit I could do here. man, it's so dirty. Just like, basically got to clear this line by line because I do want to repaint over this, but I also don't want like rusting, an uneven amount of glue sticking to the finish. But it doesn't really matter in the long run because do I want to repaint this part? Because I am sticking material over it, but I think I do need to repaint this part because I can't just let water into the metal, because that'd be just asking for trouble. Is that even a good angle? Okay. Like, see, the gray bits are exposed metal. So if I just see, this is the inside of the dough, so this will be the part that you'll be in contact with when you wear it. So it also means that, you know, as you move around in this thing, you'll sweat, and that water may get into the armor if you don't protect it properly. So I was trying to figure out, like, once this is all surfaced the way I want it, like, how are we going to... Oh man, there's that cut there. How are we going to, like, surface it afterwards? I think I do want to paint the inside of it because I want to protect the inner layer from like sweat and water. I would have it galvanized, but I think galvanizing at this point is kind of pointless. I mean, like, it'll make everything look lumpy, and all the features will just get lost. So I don't think it's worth galvanizing this. But I think paint will do. But we need to scrape all of this like glue off. That's a lot of glue to get through, but I'm glad that the scraping it is pretty easy. Just get it all off quite easily with just a bit of scraping here. Yeah, gross. Oh, that might not be something I can scrape off. I might have to sand that. It's another day in the workshop, just getting stuff done. Yeah, this is a bit that I repaired, so we don't want to scrape that bit. Huh, maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. I don't know what that thing is. It's like a little spot inside that finish. I don't know what that is. Is this something? No, it's not something I've repaired. It's like, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's just an extra tough bit of paint, maybe? That was weird. I can't see shit now. I'm just gonna clean this up. Okay. Let's get this permanently brushed away. All the debris is kind of gone. There's not much time left. Thanks for watching. If you like what I do, make sure you upvote and follow. We will be restarting the stream for another session, so don't you worry. Stay tuned for part 3. Yes. Almost there. Ow. God. Hit myself on the vise. It's not good. Isn't that like super broken? Oh. Is it good? Yeah.
No, shit, yeah.
Yes, part 3. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. think that's as much as I can scrape off. Okay, time to sand it now. Just trying to find a good angle to do this. So much dust. For everyone that's just tuned in, we're currently scraping off all the crappy glue on the previous, like applied previously, so we can do some new surfacing on the inside. All the stuff we do for some armor. Yeah, that bit of glue is tough to scrape off. Ugh. Just found like a pocket of rust underneath this. Gross. It's a good thing we're scraping it all off so we can like repair it before it gets too terrible. Ugh. I don't know what it is, but there's like rust happening at the joints, and I'm not sure why. It's probably because of like the gaps in the joinery. It's getting the moisture through. It's causing all these crappy like rust bubbles. Definitely don't want no rust bubbles in this build. Alright, I think that is acceptable amounts of cleaning for that edge. Okay. Okay, still got a bit of glue left. Right at the top here. Whoop, right there. I've uncovered more rust under here. Ew. Rust is the cancer of steel. The only thing you can do is to cut it out. Sand it off. Yeah, it's pretty rusty. Yeah, it's rusting near the edges. Man. Uncool. Basically gotta strip this layer of paint and get that all that rust out. Ugh. Okay. Well, looks pretty clean. I don't know if I can get into that corner, but it's pretty clean. I'm not exactly happy that it's still in the corner, but I'll just scrape it out. Nice. Alright, that's pretty good. Slowly but surely cleaning this thing. Nothing beats scraping it off though, so. Yeah, more rust. No. Ew. That's why the paint is so easy to scrape off, because the rust is slowly lifting it up. Nice. Alright. Nice. Pretty much done with the lower section. Is there any more cleaning needs to be done? Pretty happy with that clean. I think I missed a few spots, but it's okay. Oh, sorry, I missed the messages. What you're doing? Oh, cleaning my armor. So this is like a broken piece that I'm trying to... this is like a broken piece that I'm trying to restore. So we peeled off the back. So what was on here was like material. Usually like with some armors, like some armor makers, they coat, well, they basically glue it on. They paint glue onto the back of these armors, and then they just put a layer of cloth. So just give it a cloth finish. But the glue kind of came off, and we kind of damaged the back part because we needed to hammer it out. So this has sustained quite a bit of damage. You should have seen it before, but basically it was used in a video, right? And they basically bashed it in. So I took a hammer and pulled the metal back out, so it's relatively smooth looking again. And then I filled the holes with like putty, so we sanded it all down and it's ready to be painted. But in hammering it out, right, we had to like hammer it out from this end. But in doing so, we damaged the material. It wasn't really that good material anyway. So in doing that, like either we go ahead and just keep the material and just let it be crappy, or like clean and replace. So I was planning to since we're like already here, I wanted to clean it up anyway. So here we are. We're just scraping all this. So this is like the yellow part is all the glue that underneath. Yellow part's all the glue. We're scraping it so we can see the paint layer again. I'm not gonna go as far as like strip all the paint out, because the paint actually is holding fairly okay. We just want to get all the glue off and then sand it down, and after it's sanded, just repaint it. So we're like restoring. This is like we're doing some armor restoration here. So that's what I'm up to. What are you up to? It's a Tuesday. It's a short working week for us Australians. Had like a public holiday on Monday, so that was pretty neat. Okay. Oh, maybe that was ages ago. Last week we had a public holiday, so this is a normal working week for us. Okay. So we're just scraping all the crap off before we can go ahead and repair it. It's a big job, but I think like coming out of COVID, I think we'll have like a fully big suit of armor, which is nice. What kind of armor is this? This is samurai armor, so might not recognize it from the back. Props to you if you did, but this is samurai armor, so it's just it's the back armor. So I'll show you the front. So this is the front. It's still got its material fairly intact, as you can see. Like I'm not getting a good camera angle here. Alright, just need to... So this is the front armor. As you can see here, like this is the front. As you can see, it's still got its nipples attached. Does this make you randy? So this is the front. I've basically like scraped all the paint off. It was like peeling and super easy to scrape off. So this is the front armor. It's ready to be repainted. See, this is the cloth I was talking about. Not so damaged here. Maybe I could just re-glue it so I don't have to peel it all off, but you can see like the crap glue that's kind of still there. That's basically what we're dealing with the back armor. So we're restoring a set of samurai armor. It's not real armor, it's like replica armor. Very cheaply made, but it's still a step higher than, you know, like pretend. So it is real armor, it is real steel, just not a lot of it. So yeah, we're basically doing panel beating, we're restoring. Welcome to Pimp My Armor, where we turn pimps into knights. So yeah, this is the start of our Stormtrooper armor. Gonna destroy some rebel scum. Yeah, I want to. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Any other questions? Do you do custom work for people? And if so, how much would a helmet be? Let's see. I'm not in the custom gig yet. I mean, I could, but stay tuned, man. Like, I am currently designing something that I think everyone will enjoy. So it is. I really like armor, especially Japanese armor. So what I'm doing is I'm designing a hoodie that is based on samurai armor designs. So I'm making a hoodie which will have like cloth plates. You know, it'll be basically a novelty hoodie that I'm designing, but I'm designing it. It's still in the think tank process, but do you think that'll appeal to you? I mean, like helmets. I haven't really put a price on these. Like, it's really hard to do this full time. So, commission work will take a long time to finish. So I don't do commissions anymore. This is just like a personal project of mine. But I can tell you the price. Like a kabuto, which is what you call a helmet. A kabuto would cost quite a bit if you want it made out of steel. I think like at a minimum, you're probably looking at like 600, 800 US to get one made. If you're not, if you just want one to, you know, it depends what you want it for. Do you want to do full contact sport with it, or do you just want to have one to wear? Because if you just want to have one to wear, I could potentially make it out of leather, and it'll be lighter and easier to take care of, and it won't be as uncomfortable to wear. That will probably cost a lot less. Still probably talking around like maybe $350, I think is a fair price for like a leather helmet. Maybe less, I don't know. But we'll see. Like, I'm not exactly tooled up to do this like full-time commission. And I could also make it, if I were to do it, I could also make it cheaper by I could just give you the raw plates and you can make it yourself. So I could just give you the plates, not built, and then you can make it yourself. Or I could form it for you and then assemble it, but I won't paint it. So you could paint it yourself. That'll knock off the price quite a bit. But leather, I would say like $350. Leather is just ballpark. Leather's easier to make, but the leather itself is also leather's more expensive than steel here in Australia. So I have to like bump up the price for material costs. For steel, I don't know. Probably maybe 600 to 800 for steel. Depends on like if you want it display or if you want it combat, like full contact. Full contact ones usually go for like 800 US. I got mine on special, so that's all right. But I don't do commissions yet. But however, I am designing a hoodie that I hope to get out to a factory. So I could sell you that eventually, and I'm thinking maybe like $80 for that hoodie. It'll be like a doe with a helmet design. So I don't know. What do you think? Tell me your ideas. Well, what interests you more? So I'm working on all of these at once, but I'm looking to get the hoodie project out the door very soon. I'm trying to learn to sew. So all of it will be handmade for now, and if there's a demand, I'll bump up the supply lines, but I'll be making armor hoodies, and it's fairly easy to do on my end, so I just got to figure out a couple of things. I mean, I made steel armor, so you can find it on my Instagram, what the steel armor looks like. It's like a black one with red strings. Just explore the profile description, you'll see it. So I've made like steel armor, but this is a repair job. So yeah. Let me know what you think. That is a disgusting bit of glue. That's a tough bit of glue to get out. Yep, scraper never fails. And thanks for the ally award. Really appreciate that, Zag. Okay, just gonna brush that off, see how much work I have to do. All that glue scraped off. All that glue. Ow. Alright. It's almost there. Got something going. Okay. Alright, it's a bit that needs to be scraped off. Hope I don't find any rust under here. That would be terrible. It's like with rust, you don't know where it ends. You basically tear up the entire finish, trying to cut the cancer out. Rust is a cancer to any bit of armor piece you're doing. Use a bit of cleanup here. That looks like rust. Okay, that looks pretty clean. Just have to consider what we're going to sand now. Alright, before and after. There are those corners. Right, maybe a light sanding now. Oh,
L or XL?
I'll probably go for XL. Oh, staff shirts?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I
cool.
promise these days to go with them.
Sweet. All right, cool. It's kind of dusty here, but
Good.
on the bag over there would be great.
Well done, mate.
Sweet.
Are you going to stick around for a bit?
Yeah,
All right, you happy to lock up?
sure. Yeah.
The only it's James and
Patrick?
Patrick is, so I'll go whenever you go.
Yeah, okay. Was Patrick here before 6?
Yeah, but it's waiting outside for me. So.
Oh, okay, good, good. All right, see you, James. Yeah, see you next week. Back in full swing. What kind of armor is this? This is samurai armor, so Japanese. Yeah, Japanese. We're cleaning it up. I didn't make this one, but I am restoring it. So it's a replica armor by Iron Mountain. I personally know like one of the retailers, and he's also my martial arts teacher. So he gave me this bit of armor for free, which is really nice of him. But looking underneath all this armor, it's very cheap how it's made, which is why we're improving it. So it's a good base to start off with, but we're cleaning it up. Just a small project to work on, really. Well, not really small, but you know, a project to work on and off. So we're you should have seen it before. It was like covered in crap glue, and we're gonna put some new material in it. So we're gonna have we're gonna pimp it out with some better interior lining. Once we clean up the surface, so we're just trying to like not get carpal tunnel at the moment. Just good work takes time, you know. Also, like we've had to deal with, like it's no problem that we don't get all of the paint, but like I just hope that we got all the rust. Yeah, so we're slowly working our way up the armor, just sanding it off. Yep. Are the plates supposed to be glued together? No, they're not. They're not meant to be glued together. Hence why I said cheap. I think they welded it together. I think they did a bit of spot welding. I can't find the welds, but I've found like spots where they have, like here, there's like a spot there where they welded it, spot here where they welded it. So I think the plates are actually welded together. But it's not the thing that was glued was like a layer of fabric, so it was comfortable to wear. But in repairing the armor, I had to hammer it a couple of times, and it destroyed the fabric. So it was at that point I was like, well, we gotta like go the extra mile, peel it all off, clean it up, and then put on a new lining of fabric on it. So here we are, we're trying to clean up all the glue. Like, you should have seen it before, like there was like glue everywhere. But we're on the tail end of scraping this all out now. So yeah, we're just trying to get like a, yeah, that's a really cheap fixing as well. It's like, that's a really shit rivet. So I was kind of like, I'm glad I got to see like the inside of one of these, because it's like really cheaply made. I mean, I mean, the welding is nice, but like the glue was kind of crappy. The metal is really thin. The paint was also really cheap as well. So overall, I don't really like how this armor was put together. And also, like, this armor doesn't even incorporate the stereotypical lacing of samurai armor. So typically, like, these are all individual plates and they aren't glued together. You lash them together with like silk ribbon or lace. You like tie them together, and that's how it's supposed to sit. But this armor has been welded, so it's fine. But you don't get the nice holes, the holes and the lines of cord, which you stereotypically find on some armors. So you don't get that with this, but it's a good base to work off. I mean, it's nicer from starting from scratch, because starting from scratch takes a long time. So, you know, we're just repairing this one, and for a costume, it's good enough. It's not really that accurate, but it will surely turn heads at the right costume party. In fact, I'm not even gonna like. I'm still gonna wear this to just regular parties. Just turn up in armor. And do a lame dad joke like, oh, it's my best suit. You know? All right, everybody, it's time to go. Thanks for watching. You've been epic. If you like what we do, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you this